Hello, distinction students. This is your tutor, Miss Zulu. Welcome to today's comment session where we're going to look at bills of exchange, which is a continuation of the methods of payment in international trade. But before I get into that, remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more sessions. Okay, so what is a bill of exchange? A bill of exchange is a method of payments for goods in international trade. Or simply, you can define bills of exchange or a bill of exchange as a written order used in international trade that directs one party to pay a fixed amount of money to another party at a future date or at a later date. Okay. So, when we're talking about this bill of exchange, the seller has no knowledge of the customer's credit worthlessness to send goods before payment is made. Okay. So, the buyer has to pay for goods which have not been delivered to him or her. Right? Let us look at the benefits to a trader of bill of exchange. Okay. So, an accepted bill of exchange provides evidence of debt for the goods and sellers, for the goods, and the seller can use it in court. Okay, so meaning when you're doing this payment, this mode of payment, okay, you have an accepted bill of exchange, right? Meaning you provide evidence so that in case there are any disputes, you refer to those agreements that you made and you can use it in court. Okay. It allows a period of credit to the buyer, simply known as the importer, during which he or she can sell goods and pay for them, right? Okay. So the other benefit is it allows the seller, who is the exporter, to receive immediate payments for goods by discounting the bill of exchange at the bank. All right. So let us look at the types of bill of exchange. Okay, so the first type that we're going to look at is a clean bill of exchange. Okay, so when we talk about this clean bill of exchange, this is the bill without other documents attached to it. Okay, so when we're talking about this clean bill of exchange, so they're commonly used in international trade. Okay, they're commonly used in international trade to ensure the smooth and secure transaction between the parties in different countries that are doing the export and the input. Okay, the people that are dealing with the sales and the exchange. Okay, so this one it usually works without the documents. Okay, so let us now look at the other type of bill of exchange, which is the documentary bill of exchange. Okay, so this one is a bill of exchange that has other attachments. So you see the difference when we're talking about a clean bill of exchange. This one has no documents. Okay, but then when we're talking about a documentary bill of exchange, this one has documents that are attached to it. Okay. So the examples of documents that we're talking about here, the documents include the bill of lading. So when we're talking about this bill, okay, so simply when we're talking about this bill, it is a critical document in shipping and international trade. So this particular bill, it serves as a receipt for the goods shipped, or it's a contract of carriage and also a document of title. Okay, so when we're talking about the other documents, we have the insurance certificate. Okay, the letter of hypothecation. So when we're talking about this letter, so this letter is a document that allows a borrower to pledge assets, collateral for a loan without transferring ownership. Okay, so when we're talking about this letter gives the lender the right to take possession of the assets. So when you talk about possession of the assets, we're talking about in a case where the borrower fails to repay the loan. Okay, and then the other documents are the invoices. All right, let us look at the sources of help to people engaged in foreign trade. Okay, so we have the first one, which is the Export Credit Guarantee Department, the ECGD. We have the Chambers of Commerce. We have forwarding agents. We have the commercial banks, we have the government, as well as the international agencies. We also have the foreign embassies. Okay, so I'll start by first explaining one of these sources. Okay, so the one that we're going to talk about first is the forwarding agency. Okay, so when you're talking about a forwarding agency, it plays a critical role in the logistics and transportation of goods. Okay, so what do I mean? So when we're talking about these forwarding agencies, these they facilitate movements of goods from one place to another. Okay, so when we're talking about these forwarding agencies, there are people that arrange transportation. They also manage the documentation and customs clearance. So when we talk about these agencies, they ensure that goods reach their destination smoothly without them being damaged or without them missing the place of transition. Okay, the other one that I'm going to explain first is the United Nation agencies. So when we're talking about the United Nation agencies, so I can give examples of some of these agencies that operate. We have the Nation Conference on the Trade and Development, and we also have the International Trade Center. So when we're talking about the United National agencies, they play a role in promoting trade. Okay, so economic development, we'll talk about international cooperation. So when we're talking about these agencies provide valuable resources, and also they support help in countries when we're talking about business navigating. Okay, we're talking about the global trade, we're talking about the sustainability, economical growth, and all those things. Okay, and then the other one that I'm going to explain is the foreign embassies. So when we're talking about the foreign embassies, these ones play a role in facilitating trade. It also plays a role in business relationships between different countries. Okay, so when we talk about these foreign embassies, they often provide information, they provide support. I can also say they provide assistance to business. Okay, so they're looking out for businesses to expand between these particular different countries that are dealing with the exporting and importing of goods and services, right? So these ones expand in foreign markets. I can say they also establish partnerships abroad. Okay, all right, so let me go on and explain the other types of sources. So the first one is the Export Credit Guarantee Department. Okay, so when we're talking about this one, it is a British government department which covers business people against risks of international trade which ordinary insurance companies cannot normally accept. Okay, so when we're talking about insurance, we know what insurances do, right? People in business register with a number of insurance to ensure that in case there is any damage with their goods, these insurances can be able to retrieve those goods, right? So in a situation where those insurance companies cannot normally accept, that's when now the Export Credit Guarantee Department comes in as well. Okay, so it assists exporters in obtaining loans from banks as a result of additional security it provides. Okay, let us look at the other source, which is the Chambers of Commerce. Okay, so when we're talking about the Chamber of Commerce, this is a voluntary association of local trader and producers. Okay, so the other way you can define these chambers of commerce is it's an essential organization that plays a role in supporting a business and the economic development. Okay, so when we're talking about members of the Chamber of Commerce come from a local manufacturing companies, we are talking about traders, right? We're talking about bankers, we're talking about accountants, transporters, insurance companies, and other members that come from the local community. Okay, so when we're talking about these chambers of commerce, they promote they are connecting business. Okay, so what do I mean by connecting business? They are promoting traders and representing the interest of businesses in communities. So this can happen locally and internationally. Okay, so the other source is the commercial banks. Okay, so when we're talking about the commercial banks help importers and exporters in several ways that include safekeeping of money. So when you keep your money at the bank, you are assured to say your money is safe, right? Financing traders by means of bank loans and overdraft. So we explained overdrafts in the previous topic that we're looking at. So when we're talking about loans, a bank can offer loans to business people. Okay, so provides means of payments for goods and services internationally. So the topic that we're looking at now, we're looking at the methods of payments in international trade. So this is where the banks come in, because you can also use a bank to pay the goods that you intend to buy from a different country, right? Provide means of payments for goods and services internationally. Okay, so banks help and advise exporters on the best countries to sell goods. Okay, and then the other one, bank provides statistics. Okay, so when you talk about these statistics, we're talking about they'll do a survey, the statistics on what goods and in which country demands those goods that you intend to sell out. Okay, let us look at the last one, which is the government. Okay, so when we're talking about the government offers a wide range of services to importers and exporters through the Ministry of Commerce and Industry and other government departments. Okay, so it creates environment for business activities in the country. Okay, so when you're talking about these departments that deals with businesses, entrepreneurship, it helps for that environment of business activities in a particular country. Okay, provides financial assistance in form of loans. So you find the government will at some point give out loans to people that intend to start businesses, those that can't have money for capital. So they provide a means of support, let's say in form of loans and so on and so forth. Advising on the marketing and advertising of products abroad. Okay, so thank you for watching my video. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel for more sessions.